In the corridors of power at Whitehall, there exists an extraordinary four-legged civil servant, one who wields no executive authority, yet quietly influences the fate of the British Isles from behind the scenes. Chief Mouser Larry, the UK's longest-serving public cat, has held his position for 12 years, through 6 different prime ministers, and remains at the top of the civil service. His social media account, a constant focus of his many fans, has often provided glimpses into his daily duties. However, recent signs suggest that Larry may have lost control of his own online presence. Since taking office in 2011, Larry's tweets have typically revolved around Whitehall affairs, sharing his mouse-catching exploits, commenting on the fashion choices of cabinet ministers, and expressing concern about the supply of cat food. Yet in recent years, there has been a noticeable shift. According to leading analysts, over the past 6 months alone, Larry's social media accounts have posted over 200 comments on international politics, including remarks on the US presidential election, sharp criticisms of EU policies, and even his thoughts on global climate change. This is completely unlike anything a cat would do, said renowned animal behaviourist Professor Margaret Westwood. Larry's tweets have clearly gone beyond his job description. Unless, of course, he secretly obtained a PhD in political science from Cambridge in recent years. But as far as I know, Cambridge doesn't offer any political courses specifically for felines. Among these changes, the most puzzling is the cat check, a feline version of fact check. As Britain's most esteemed cat, Larry has taken to publicly refuting the statements of political figures, even engaging in heated debates with Twitter users. And as any cat owner will tell you, a dignified cat would never deign to engage in such laborious, thankless tasks. It is more likely to leave that sort of work to its human counterparts. Social media analytics show that Larry's activity on his account is mostly confined to working hours, from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., conveniently aligning with the working hours of Whitehall civil servants. Larry is a civil servant cat, and he should not be publicly expressing political opinions, said Dr. Simon Curry, a senior member of the Royal Society of Animal Behaviour, in an interview with The Sun. The Chief Mouser's duty is to catch mice, not to shape public discourse. He added that even the most politically engaged British cats should be spending their time mocking the French, not commenting on world affairs. What is even more baffling is the sudden and frequent engagement between the aging Chief Mouser and tech tycoon Elon Musk on X, formerly Twitter. Larry's social media account recently posted a blunt remark. Musk is probably the type who rolls around in the litter box. We don't need foreign capitalists telling us how to run our country. This remark has attracted significant attention from commentators. This doesn't sound like Larry at all, said Susan Jones, former head of the Downing Street Kitchen and now retired. He prefers to express his views with a disinterested stare or a disdainful meow. These tweets read more like a political commentator wrote them on his behalf. When a cat starts caring about geopolitics, it's either gone mad or someone is using its name for political purposes. Larry's personal life has also become the subject of much speculation. Reliable sources suggest that Whitehall held a funeral rehearsal for Larry in 2024 and secretly selected a successor for the Chief Mouser. Once this news broke, it quickly became the talk of the town. While Larry still holds his post, many now speculate that his political career may soon come to an end. But the question remains, why would they rehearse his funeral while he is still very much alive? Shortly after the leak, Larry's social media account posted a series of tweets claiming he felt younger than ever. It is also reported that in 2024, the Chief Mouser took 2 extended leaves of absence, each lasting a month. During this period, Larry vanished from the public eye, hardly attending any official events. A pressing question arises. Who was posting on his behalf during these absences? One unnamed Cabinet Office cleaner claimed to have often seen a group of suited individuals working late into the night in Larry's office. They had laptops and a stack of data reports. Honestly, I think Larry was upstairs, fast asleep at the time. Former Prime Minister Boris Johnson offered his thoughts. It's easy to understand. I mean, if even my hair might not be real, why should Larry's tweets have to come from him? The most suspicious thing, said Moss Cavendish, former rodent relations advisor at the Cabinet Office. Larry's recent tweets have started to use more political jargon and diplomatic phrasing. In one tweet about the defense budget, he used terms like multiple stakeholders, sustainability, and strategic compromise. Larry's tweets are becoming more human-like, not in terms of content, but in writing style. Any normal cat would just paw randomly at the keyboard and end up typing something like ASDFGJKL. When does a cat who spends 18 hours a day sleeping have the time to study these professional terms? All signs point to a troubling possibility. The beloved Chief Mouser may have lost control of his social media accounts. This account now appears to be a mouthpiece for some political force, while Larry himself may be napping on a sunny windowsill, unaware of what's happening online. So who is behind the manipulation of this account with millions of followers? A political group? An AI? Or perhaps a clever mouse conspiracy? Some of Larry's loyal followers have noticed the changes and expressed their concerns on Twitter. However, these objections have quickly been drowned out by a sea of praise. When asked about the controversy surrounding Larry's social media activity, a Downing Street spokesperson was evasive, stating only that Larry remains the sole manager of his social media account. He is simply adapting to the demands of the digital age. When questioned about the frequent Latin quotations in Larry's recent tweets, the spokesperson declined to comment. They're afraid of the truth, one anonymous Larry fan said. They're afraid people will find out that Larry has become a puppet. This report was written by Kevin Tailchaser, an investigative journalist and a British shorthair cat. Kevin is the chief investigative reporter for Cat Friends Society and a contributor to the Daily Meow and Cat's Eye Times. He is currently working on a major book about how cats will one day rule the world, and his hobbies include chasing his tail and collecting yarn balls of all colours. He currently lives in Cardiff